Hello everyone, welcome back to the Lego Lover 117 YouTube channel. I'm of course your host, Lego Lover 117, and I'm here today to give you all a little bit of an update video on what's coming to the channel in 2025. Happy 2025 everyone, first official video of the year, a bit later than I wanted it to be, but don't worry, there's a very important reason for that, which we'll talk about later on. But before we jump into anything update-wise, there's a couple of things I want to get off my chest. First of all, thank you for 6,000 subscribers. We hit 6,000 subscribers in the first few days of 2025, actually. That is amazing. Thank you guys for that. I say this a lot, and it's probably lost all meaning by now, but I'm going to keep saying it because it's important to me. The fact that 6,000 of you want to watch the silly videos I put on the internet, that's a huge blessing and so cool to me. Thank you all for being here for that. The fact that I set up my phone here on this tripod. I'm wearing a Target robe because it's apparently my thing now. Sitting in front of my desk full of a bunch of crap that I really need to start packing up. The fact that 6,000 of you guys want to watch me do this, that's crazy. And I couldn't be any more thankful for that. Thank you all so much for being here and going on this journey with me throughout the last, I think it'll be 13 years this year. That's wow. The other thing I wanted to mention is more sad than hitting 6,000 subscribers. In late December of 2024, we lost Britt Allcroft. The announcement wasn't made until I think a couple of weeks ago at the time of filming this video. It was announced by Brandon Carty over on his Twitter account. He let the fandom know that Britt unfortunately passed away at the age of 81. I don't think I need to say who Britt Allcroft was. She was the creator of the Thomas and Friends television series. She took out a second mortgage on her house to fund the pilot and was able to get the show off of the ground from that. While the Reverend Audrey, he wrote the books, of course, he wrote the Railway series, he created Thomas as a character. That version of Thomas that a lot of kids from the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, myself included there, grew up with was created because of Britt's mind and because of her stellar ambition. I don't think it's hyperbole to say that if Britt Allcroft had never created the Thomas and Friends television show, I wouldn't be doing YouTube right now. I definitely wouldn't be doing the kinds of stuff that I'm doing right now. If I did not have Thomas growing up as a child, I don't think I'd be the same person that I am right now. None of us really know what would have become of our lives if Britt Allcroft had never created Thomas, but I do know one thing. I'm very grateful that she did, because I've met some very wonderful people, some lifelong friends, because of that little blue tank engine. And if it hadn't been for that, especially if it hadn't been for Britt Allcroft's amazing ambition to get that show made, I wouldn't have had such wonderful experiences. Like back in 2021 during the Entertainment extravaganza, which unfortunately now Entertainment is closed too. It closed early on in 2025, which that hurt as well. That hit me where I live. The point that I'm trying to get across here is Britt Allcroft was amazing. There's no other way to put it. The fact that she, in her later years, embraced the Thomas fandom as a whole. I mean, she showed up to the Unlikely Fandom screening. Cardi was really close with her, really got to know her over the last couple of years. And according to him, and her, she loved us. She loved all the fans. She loved the Thomas and Friends adult fan base and how passionate we all were about the show. How much her creation had impacted all of our lives. She was very grateful for that. It's weird thinking about the fact that she's gone, because when the Reverend passed in 98, I mean, I wasn't even born yet. So, and a lot of other Thomas fans hadn't been born yet either. So a lot of us grew up already knowing, hey, the Reverend's already gone. There was a small fandom back in 2008. I wasn't involved in it. I was way too young for that, but there was a small fandom back then when David Mitton passed away. But this really, to me, is like the first big loss the fandom has really seen over the last few years from the Thomas creator side of things. It was really touching to go on Twitter the day after Britt Allcroft's passing was announced. There were so many posts of people just coming together in this collective mourning, but also praising her work and just saying really nice things about her. It was in a fandom that constantly ridicules each other and constantly tries to bring each other down just to claw their way to whatever small sense of popularity people think that they deserve. To see everyone come together and just be sad and also happy at the same time, grateful for Britt's creation, it was a really touching moment. I never got the chance to meet Britt, unfortunately. I would have loved to if I was able to go to that Unlikely Fandom screening. I just keep thinking about like the thing that I would say to her if I ever did meet her was, thanks for making my childhood great. So thank you, Britt. Thank you for everything that you did for us as fans. And just thank you for Thomas. Okay, sad stuff is over. Moving along to what's coming to the channel in 2025. I promised you that I would let you know what the first episode of Home Media Review Season 7 is going to be, and also what the main genre that we're going to be covering. Special shout out to the brilliantly talented user who suggested this. Her name is Dozer Daisy. You may recognize that name. She's been in a couple of streams, and she was the one that created the HMR special intro and outro segments, also the history section and all that stuff. She created a bunch of special assets for the 100th episode of Home Media Reviews. Wonder if you guys can guess what the main genre is going to be just from the first movie. Deadpool and Wolverine. No, it's not comic books. I've covered a bunch of comic book movies on Home Media Reviews. No, it's going to be comedy. And also, to be honest, it wasn't just Dozer Daisy who suggested that I do comedy. She also guessed that it was going to be comedy. There were a couple people who said, hey, you should do comedy next. It just felt right. So, yeah, comedy. And we're kicking things off with Deadpool and Wolverine. Kind of a stretch, I know, to call this a comedy. It's a comic book action film, but there's a lot of comedic elements in it, and it's the third Deadpool film, so it ties into the other two Deadpool movies that I covered a few seasons back. Regular Home Media Reviews is not how we're going to kick off our main slate of content in 2025, though. We're going to start with Thomas and Friends Home Media Reviews. I'm bringing that show back. Rejoice, everyone. It's back. Last year, I put that show on a bit of a hiatus to make sure that I had ample amount of time to get through Kipper Home Media Reviews. Now that show's done, and now in 2025, it's back with 8 brand new episodes. Every release that I'll be covering is from the UK and has been provided by a friend of the channel, Dan. Those 8 episodes are going to run up until Memorial Day of 2025. I don't have a solid day that I'm coming back just yet, just a rough outline in my head. But by Memorial Day of 2025, Thomas and Friends Home Media Reviews will be wrapped up. We'll probably have a couple supplementals there, and then Season 7 of regular Home Media Reviews will premiere in June of 2025. So that pretty much covers Monday content, but what about Thursday content? Well, the first Thursday video, when I come back officially to YouTube, will be the vlog from Disney World in 2024. I wanted to get that done in the last couple of weeks of December. I just didn't have the time to do it. Another show that runs consistently on Thursdays here on my channel is my Let's Plays series. It's exactly what it sounds like. I sit down, I play a game for about half an hour, talk about it, and then the video concludes. And a couple of years ago, I started a Marvel mini-series for Let's Plays. I wanted to cover all of the Sega-published Marvel games from back in like 2008 up until 2011, I'm pretty sure. We got all the way up to Iron Man 2, and then the series kind of fizzled out. But in 2025, that series will be concluded. It'll be over, because we'll finally be covering Thor, God of Thunder, and Captain America Super Soldier. And I'm not really sure what other Let's Plays I'll end up doing. in 2025. Obviously, I can't talk about if we're going to do another meetup or not, and if we're going to have another big Let's Play there. I always like to keep those secret, close to the chest and all that. But as far as regular Let's Plays goes, with just me or with me and Hope, not too sure what else will be covered on that show in the next year. Maybe another Call of Duty. Remakes are another big thing that I said was going to come out a lot in 2024, and that did not end up happening. I have probably 3 remakes right now that I've shot footage for and have just left sitting there. But I will confirm 2 remakes will be coming in 2025. The episodes are Wrong Road and Thomas and Stepney. Wrong Road I was originally filming for a Season 2 collab, which was a sequel to the Season 1 collab that I participated in a few years ago. That collab got canceled, unfortunately. I had a whole bunch of the footage for Wrong Road already shot. I thought, might as well finish it. It's been like 2 years later and I haven't finished it yet, but I'm going to make an effort to do it. And then Thomas and Stepney we shot a lot of during a Bucked Out 2 years ago, I think. And the footage I shot was really good. It'll be my first remake where I shot stuff outside. But I haven't filmed anything for that in a solid 6-8 months, so I'm going to make another genuine effort to get that finished by the end of this year. The 3rd remake I started shooting, I don't know if I'm going to finish it. I didn't get very far. I just got really inspired one day and then just kind of pooped out. That's kind of what happens. Like, I get really hyped up about, like, I'm going to shoot this remake, I'm going to shoot this remake, I'm going to shoot this one. I film a lot of stuff over like 2 days, and then I'm just like, oh, why did I do this to myself? So I'll keep the 3rd one secret for right now, but it may come out in 2025. I don't know. We'll see. The last bit of Thursday content that I want to talk about specifically here is my stream highlight reel made by another friend of the channel, Jay Game Guy. Jay has delivered his best recap so far. I mean, I've seen it. It's awesome. That guy is so talented. I love you, Jay. You're awesome. I love how you find every perfect moment in every stream, and I don't know how you do it, man. It's awesome. It's hilarious. You guys are going to love it, but I do have a little bit of bad news for you. The recap for the 2024 streams will be the last one for a while. Jay told me a few weeks ago that he wants to take a break. And while he had fun doing them, they do take a lot of work, and he'd rather focus on making content for his own channel. And I said, Jay, you're fired. I love you. Do what you need to do, man. I totally understand. I release you from your non-existent contract. But for his last highlight reel, Jay did a fantastic job with the one for 2024, and I can't wait for you guys to see it. It covers Thursday and Monday videos. Now I want to talk about some changes coming to the channel over the next year. I am getting married in 2025. Hope and I have set a date for our wedding, June 28th. June the 28th is when I will say I do to the love of my life, and I cannot wait for that day. In January of this year as well, Hope and I have leased an apartment. We literally just got the keys to it yesterday. We've moved a couple of things in, nothing too big yet. It's not really a livable space just yet, but Hope has been very excited about accessorizing our home. Brand new marriage and a brand new home, that means, hey, content kind of going on the back burner a little bit this year. There will be more opportunities, of course, for better content, like my Let's Plays, of course, I think will improve greatly because I'm going to have my own space in this apartment. We have a 2-bedroom, so our bedroom will be on one side, and then the other side, Hope has said you can do pretty much whatever you want with that space. That's going to be our game room / my little office area, so that's really where I'm going to be able to set up a lot of my stuff and be able to test out some more things and making content better for you guys. But the moving has started. The packing, I should say, has started. You'll notice on my shelf over here, it's looking a little barren. The movies, they're gone. Just got some steelbooks over here that are going to go in their own separate box. And up here, my Marvel Legends, all packed up. There are some other little points throughout my room that I've packed up and have gotten ready to move. But for the But the majority of my stuff is not packed yet because I'm trying to shoot one final room tour in here, but this place looks like a complete disaster, so I may just say screw it and just film it looking like this, just to give you guys a raw look at what the room is shaping up to be as I'm getting stuff out and packing things up and getting ready to forever leave this place. It still doesn't feel real to me that, for one thing, I'm moving out of my parents' house. Like, this room has been my space for 18 years now. It's been my, for lack of a better term, my safe area. Like, I could come in here and do whatever I want. And I have a lot of great memories in this room, and I am going to miss it, but there comes a point in every man's life when he has to separate from his parents. It says that in the Bible, actually. It says there come a point when the man must leave his parents behind and go off and be his own man and start his own family and be the head of his own household. I can't stay a kid forever. Over the next 6 months or so until my wedding, I'm definitely going to be dedicating a lot of time to become more spiritually mature as well as spiritually ready to actually take on the responsibility of being a husband, because it's a big change. It's a big deal. Marriage is not just, hey, we're together forever. While that is a very big aspect of it, there's a lot of other things that go into making a marriage successful. There still will be content throughout the year. Of course, I'm not stepping away forever or anything. I honestly don't think I could step away from YouTube for an extended period of time. At the end of my 2-month break, I'm ready to get back to it. So, but you will see a bit of a slowdown. Monday content will not be affected at all. Thursday videos, though, those are going to start to slow down. You've already kind of seen Thursday content slow down, especially in 2024. There were a lot of Thursdays that I missed, and to be honest, it was because I just didn't have anything ready to go. With me now being team lead over at my job, I have a little bit more responsibility, so not as much time to work on YouTube content. I'm there 8 hours a day. So it's kind of like, hey, there's more opportunity for content, but there's also less opportunity for content because we've got our own space now, and hoping I can film pretty much whatever we want there. Bottom line, if you see me miss a Thursday video, I don't need your comments telling me, hey, where's the Thursday video? Did you know you missed a Thursday video? There's not going to be as many Thursday videos this year in 2025, so just be prepared for that. Monday videos, though, those are going to be my main focus. Those are the main series here on the channel, and I always want to be consistent with those. With all that being said, guys, that wraps things up for this update video. I don't have much else to say. Once I end up shooting the room tour, I feel like I'm going to upload that probably in the next week or so after this video comes out, because I don't want you guys to have to wait on that. So there'll be one more video and then dead silent from me for about a month. Aside from the streams. Of course, I'm going to be streaming every month. So yeah, it'll be fun. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you all are hyped up for what's coming in 2025. And I will see you all in the next video. Good night, everybody.